Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. I am Aradhya Patil. As you all know, I will be teaching science, English and social science of class 7. So, in last class I taught you the chapter 1 of science, which is nutrition in plants. So, let's have a quick recap of that part which we have done in the previous class. First of all, we learned what are nutrients. Nutrients are the components which are present in the food, like the carbohydrates, protein, fats, vitamins and minerals. And humans and animals are dependent on plants for making their food, while plants are independent for making their food. They don't take help of anybody else, but humans and animals take the help of plants. Next, the process by which plants take CO2, H2O, sunlight and minerals from the surroundings is known as photosynthesis. Basically, the plants take carbon dioxide, water, sunlight and minerals from the surroundings, and using all these they prepare their food, which is known as the process photosynthesis. The process means the numerical equation of photosynthesis is 6 CO2 plus 6 H2O gives C6H12O6 plus 6O2. In the word equation, it becomes carbon dioxide plus water gives carbohydrate plus oxygen. Right? Next, nutrition is the taking in of food and its utilization by the body. This means that the food contains many components, and we take in these components which are then utilized by a body, which is known as nutrition. Next, what is autotrophic nutrition? First of all, there are two types of nutrition, which are autotrophic nutrition and heterotrophic nutrition. In autotrophic nutrition, auto means self and tropos means nourishment, which means to prepare. Basically, autotrophic nutrition are the type of organisms which prepare their food by themselves without taking the help of any other organism. For example, plants. Plants make their own food using the carbon dioxide, water, minerals from the surrounding. Then, heterotrophic nutrition. In heterotrophic nutrition, heteros means others and tropos means nourishment or to prepare. In this, the organisms take the help of other organisms like the plants to make their own food. The example of heterotrophic nutrition can be the animals or humans. They are dependent on plants to make their food. Right? Next, coming to, there are some important points, like leaves are known as the food factories of the plants. So basically, leaves have stomata which is present on the underside of the leaf. They are present on the lower surface of the leaf. These stomata take in CO2 and give out O2, which helps in the process of photosynthesis, and stomata is also used in the process of transpiration. As I have written over here, that transpiration is the process of loss of water by the lower surface of the leaf. Over here, lower surface of the leaf indicates the stomata. The two functions of stomata are that it helps in the exchange of gases and it also helps in the process transpiration. And stomata is surrounded by guard cells. What is stomata surrounded by? It is surrounded by guard cells. Now, let's go through the meaning of cells. First of all, what is a cell? Cell is a structural and functional unit of an organism. The cell contains mainly three parts, which is cell membrane. Cell membrane is the outer boundary of the cell, and second one is nucleus. Nucleus is a small spherical structure which is present in between that. Next, coming to the third one, which is cytoplasm. Cytoplasm is a jelly-like substance which is surrounded all around the nucleus. Over here, when we see, this is the outer boundary, which is the cell membrane, and this small spherical structure which just I have colored in black is the nucleus, and around it is surrounded by cytoplasm. Next, what we have to know is that the water and food is transported to all the parts through there are vessels which are present inside the stem which transport all these. First of all, the water is transported by the xylem tissue, and food is transported by the phloem tissue. Photosynthesis. In the word photosynthesis, photo means light and synthesis means to make. First of all, the main element for the process of photosynthesis is sunlight. If sunlight is not there, the plants cannot do the process of photosynthesis. That's why in the name itself it is given that photo means light and synthesis means to make. And the requirements of the process of photosynthesis are chlorophyll, sunlight, water and nutrients. What is the function of chlorophyll? The function of chlorophyll is to trap the sunlight, and that sunlight is used in the process of photosynthesis. And transpiration is the process of loss of water by the lower surface of the leaf, which is stomata. Next, over here I taught you that the the plants which are present in the desert, like the cactus plants, they have over here spines. Spines are present in them, which help them to reduce the loss of water by transpiration. It helps in the reduction of the loss of water by the process of transpiration. And that's all what we did in the previous class. Now let's know about the types of heterotrophic nutrition. There are basically 4 types of heterotrophic nutrition, which are the first one is parasites or the parasitic plants, and the second one is saprotrophs, and the third one is insectivorous plants, and the fourth one is symbiotic plants. Now, first of all, let's discuss about the parasites. The parasites are the one, the important feature of parasites are that they don't have chlorophyll. Parasites don't have chlorophyll. They climb on other plants to take nutrients. They can't prepare their own food. They can't prepare their own water. They don't have nutrients so that they can survive. And for them to survive, they climb on other plants and they take all the nutrients, food, water, whatever is required for them, they take all of them from them for the other plants. So basically the plants on which they climb are called the host. The plants on which they climb is called the host. So what we have understood about parasites is that they climb on other organisms to take the nutrients. They can't make their own food, they can't take water by themselves, they can't make their own nutrients, so they climb on other plants to take the nutrients, required food and water. Next is the saprotrophic nutrition, which are known as the saprotrophs, right? So you might have observed like white patches on the packets of mushroom or on the bread. When we leave the bread in open air, white patches appear on the bread. What is this known as? This is known as fungi or fungus. So these fungus are present on the bread or on the packets of mushroom, which take all the nutrients from the dead and decaying matter. This is known as the saprotrophic nutrition. The nutrition in which the organisms take nutrients from the dead and decaying matter is known as saprotrophic nutrition. So now we have not seen an example in the parasitic plants. An example of parasitic plants can be Cuscuta. This Cuscuta climbs on other plants to take nutrients, and an example of saprotrophic nutrition can be bread. As I have mentioned, bread, mushrooms, bread and mushrooms can be example of saprotrophs. Next, coming to insectivorous plants. The main thing that we have to know in insectivorous plants is that in insectivorous plants there is lack of nitrogen. There is not much amount of nitrogen, due to which they don't get sufficient nutrients. what is the main feature of insectivorous plants? Lack of nitrogen. Lack of nitrogen. And because of this lack of nitrogen, to fulfill their amount of nitrogen, they eat insects. The main feature of insectivorous plants is that they eat insects. They have a pitcher which opens, and when the insect enters it, the pitcher gets closed, and all the digestive juices and all like eat these insects. And first of all, how do they get inside them? Like, the insects feel that there's something fun going on over there, so they get in it. Then they get to know that it's a trap for them, right? Let me show you an example of the insectivorous plants. Like, let's take an example of the pitcher plant, right? In the pitcher plant, there's a small like this is the lid, right? This is the lid. This lid keeps on opening, closing, opening, closing. Like, when the insect gets in, it gets closed, and when the insect and when there are no insects, it gets opened. And this is the pitcher. This pitcher contains all the digestive juices, and the insect gets fallen inside this pitcher. This is the pitcher. I hope you're not able to understand my handwriting, but I will tell you the spelling of pitcher is P-I-T-C-H-E-R. Right? So this is the pitcher and this is the lid. And over here, when the insect gets trapped, mainly the insect gets trapped over here. And when the lid gets closed, the insect comes over here. And as there are many hairs present inside this, the insect gets entangled in the hair, and the digestive juices digest this insect. So this is an insectivorous plant. An example of insectivorous plant is this pitcher plant, right? In symbiotic plants, so first of all, let us take an example of real life. It will get more interesting. Like, you share all your thoughts, your imaginations, all your funny things with your friends, parents, everybody. And in the same way, the symbiotic plants share the shelter, food, water, nutrients, everything with their friend. Means with another plant, right? Basically, symbiotic plants, they live together, share nutrients, shelter, everything with other organism. Like, let's take an example of fungus. Like, the plants give nutrients to the fungus, and in return, the fungus gives food and water to the plants. This is a symbiotic relationship. Symbiosis also you can say, or symbiotic. They both are the same thing, right? Another example of symbiotic plant is lichens. I am sure that you have heard about the plant lichen. It is a chlorophyll containing partner. Basically, it contains alga and fungus. The fungus provides shelter, water and food to the alga, and in return the alga prepares the food and provides food to the fungus. This is a symbiotic relationship because they live together, share food, water, minerals, nutrients and everything with each other. Let's think of another example of symbiotic plants. There are many examples in symbiotic plants. The first one is lichens, alga, fungus, and now rhizopus. So rhizopus is rhizobium or rhizopus. This is an important we can say fungus which takes in nitrogen from the surrounding. Like, the plants cannot use the nitrogen directly from the surrounding. They can use the nitrogen in their own form. So basically, rhizobium is mainly present in the gram millets plant. What they do is they take the nitrogen from the surrounding, they convert it into an usable form, a form in which the plants can use it. They convert it into that form, and the plants use that. And in return, the plants give it food, water, require nutrients and all. So this is a symbiotic relationship, right? And in most of the plants, you will observe that there is lack of nitrogen. because they can't take nitrogen directly from the atmosphere. They have to convert it into a usable form, and for that rhizobium is present, right? So that's it for today, friends. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you enjoyed this, please like, share and subscribe. I will be uploading more videos on this chapter in which I will be discussing the NCERT question answers and also some extra questions for your practice. And in the next video, after this question answer video, I will be starting a new chapter. So stay tuned, enjoy, bye bye.